give or take. And now we are live.
We are live?
Yes.
Okay, so I can do
Oh,
this?
yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Check it out. Man, you took to that like right away. Okay, so that's the brand new gimmick.
It feels really cool.
Right? Doesn't it? And it's real. Even though these are like so homemade, it's ridiculous. Well, obviously I didn't like make the mold and put the plastic in, but
we know what you mean.
These are to be debuted this evening at the Capitol Title welcome party. So
what party is it that I might not invited to?
You are invited.
Okay.
It's 4:30 at the Speakeasy at it's right in the parking lot of Capitol Title at Preston and
right there.
Spring Creek.
Okay.
Yes.
We're done. I mean, we closed that. But see, that just come back to the things. You always have to ask. You always have to ask.
There you go. Yeah, excellent. So. But yeah, if you've closed the deal there, then you're definitely invited. Yes. So the name escapes me of what it's called, and it's not on the door of the place. It's inside the. It's like a. Are you familiar with like the old timey speakeasy whenever alcohol was illegal back in the 1930s?
But then they make it to a things, you know that like this bar that's hidden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you have to have the code word or whatever. But I think the code word tonight is like closing deals at Capitol Title.
That's a long one to remember.
Well, no, it's like I think if you've closed it, like I said, you're invited. If you've done a deal there, you're totally invited.
Okay. Okay. So I just invited myself.
So the thing is, a couple of folks, so like my good friend Jennifer, who I've known for a million years, this is kind of like her debut welcoming party at Capitol Title, having just gone over there a couple of weeks ago, as well as Christy, the one of the biz dev folks. Right. So it'll be a total blowout. It'll be cool. And so that's why. To circle back to the gimmicks. Oh, yes. And in case anybody had noticed, it is Winning Women's Wednesday, but we're not them. So we have.
But we still have one woman on the show.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So it is Winning Women in the house. Yeah. Unfortunately,
it's just not the
she's
show.
saddled with me.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't put any of the women's logos up. So now we're just branded as StudioUSA, which actually dovetails nicely into the new flags. So these are actually adapters. So there's not a microphone on it. It's an adapter for the little handheld.
Oh, so you actually don't have to put it on.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my God, look at that. That is it exactly. So whatever it was, 2.5 weeks ago, we did the Real Producers convention. And a couple of gigantic takeaways from that. One was the fact that the mobile podcast set with the lights, camera, action thing was kick-ass. Everybody loved it. We did 40 interviews in a day and a half, and I did half of those, and
40.
So by the end of it, I sounded like I'd just been like gargling with Drano and gravel, but
wow.
One of the things that we did find out was it's a gigantic pain in the ass to clip up everybody.
It is.
And then to check the level and to be like, put it up higher on your collar. Right. So you get these, and all of a sudden everybody feels like, whoa,
It's so cool that you actually talk.
Like, I'm a newscaster, I'm a TV person.
Yeah.
And you automatically want to, essentially talk into the microphone because you've seen it for, your entire life on television. And so I did the experimental thing where I got a couple of these and they were terrible. Then I ordered this style, which is actually like you could actually do you could do some damage with this. It's heavy, it's substantial. And then these are the most do-it-yourself, low-rent logo gimmicks that I could find, and it's literally Canva will print stickers.
I was gonna ask, yeah.
They have a minimum order of 20.
That's good.
And so I had.
Did you order 20 of them?
I did. Okay. And so I had the Canva already had my logo. So then what I did was like, everybody, use AI. So I took the dimensions of this, it's called a flag, the plastic box here. Yeah. I took the dimensions of that from Amazon, put it into GPT and said, give me the exact dimensions that the sticker needs to be for the logo to be centered.
Is that just amazing?
How about that? How about that?
Because I was, so it's not my car, but I've been driving a Tesla the last couple of months. Okay. So the one thing I love is just like the autopilot, you know how the chat GPT works, right? So it just takes some of the work away. Yeah. So, but today I was like, I haven't took my car out for so long, so I actually take out my car.
I saw that.
So I was driving it. I said, you know what? I actually have to think. Isn't that amazing? It's like when you turn the signal on and things like that. So
well, and that is one of the things that not us, but a generation or two from now, will anybody even be able to think? That'll be the question. Because right now, most folks that are dipping their toe into AI or whatever, it's really just 9 times out of 10 or 9.5 times out of 10, ChatGPT is replacing Google.
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing.
I haven't used Google for a while now. But the thing with ChatGPT is it just, okay, I know for sure we can do a lot of things, but it's just time efficient, right? You'd rather sit there and do the calculation, or you just want to plug in the numbers and let somebody do it for you. It's just having an assistant.
So I had my taxes done whatever the deadline. Okay, so like the October taxes or whatever. And I threw all of that into, because it's like I was just curious. Because I have not done a mortgage application in probably, I don't know, 12 years or something.
Right.
And so I get my K1s, I get all that stuff back, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, oh wow, I would qualify for this, or oh, I might qualify for that. And so it's
always good to get a second opinion.
I throw it into GPT, and I said like, okay.
Or the third opinion, you can run it by me.
There you go. Well, it's like, Texas cash out laws are a giant pain in the ass or whatever. And it's like, I couldn't remember enough of it. I just could remember it was different.
Yeah.
And so I throw it into GPT, and then it's like, okay, I would probably check all of those numbers just to make sure that is still what it is. But I mean, it's fast as far as just
it's amazing
shortcutting getting started. That's what I would tell everybody. It's like it will shortcut the ability to get started. But from there, you're kind of on your own. Or you should double trust but verify. To quote Ronald Reagan.
Just like anything else, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So assuming if you just throw shit in there, then shit will come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Yes, that is absolutely true. And so one of the other things is, so you have been very busy on the social media. See, so this is how I know it works, because I've been watching you do your investment.
Okay.
Or actually, I should let you answer. Okay. So. Oh, look who's here. So there we go.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. So that's from yesterday. And I told you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're doing a live audit, folks.
Cut off. What if one little move could help you hold on?
Holy mackerel.
Now it goes to the something else.
If you're looking for convenient, family-friendly...
And so, like, you're right there in line with everybody on your content. So back to so I'm going to have you airdrop all that footage. So
I would do that.
But first and foremost, kudos to you for actually like documenting the process, so now, is that an investment property, or is that a listing that you are overseeing? No, it is an
investment
property. Okay. All right.
Yeah. But I've learned so much through the process. And I'm just so glad that I actually had the opportunity. And
So okay, back the truck up. So, okay. So it's an investment property that you own.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously it needed updating and upgrading.
Yes.
And so now I see you, not that you're in there with your tool belt on and like hammering nails or putting up sheetrock or whatever, but you're definitely participating in this process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does that happen? Is this the first time?
It is the first time.
Uh-oh.
It is the first time. It's been in the planning for, I can't remember when I first started having that thoughts of doing it, because it's just you know how overwhelming that can be, right?
Yes.
And we definitely going over the budget, but just like anything else, we do anticipate all of that. Okay. But the key here is to actually have the right people bring the vision to life. And that is what I am so grateful for, because what I anticipate in my head and actually what comes to life is nowhere close. It's go far beyond what I anticipated. So, yeah.
So now, a million years ago, I worked with some guys that they were very active in the fix and flip world. And this was probably, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And back then, it was right when the HGTV people like really started to get popular. And so then, everybody wakes up on a random Thursday and now they're home flippers, And I can remember we would do these networking events or whatever, and we would have people come in and tell their story. And almost all of them that were successful had a chapter in that story that was, and this was the time I lost my ass, and where they essentially went through a situation where it was way more intense. Things that they would have never expected in a million years happened.
Right.
And then it turns out that it's like, oh, it takes 3 times longer and costs 5 times as much. And so,
Yeah.
doesn't look like you're having that experience. But then again, you actually had the benefit of being in the real estate world. So it wasn't like you just woke up and
correct. Yeah.
jumped in.
No, I don't. That's such a big risk for somebody just thinking overnight that, okay, I'm going to be becoming a fixer and flipper. Because it is so many things involved.
Right.
You got to know the numbers. You got to know the budget. You got to know. I mean, there's a lot of things goes into it.
Well, yeah. And it isn't like, you have practice as a general contractor.
And the only reason that I am doing it is really, of course, I'm really enjoying the process. I'm learning a lot of stuff, but it's really is coming towards, to prove my strategy when it comes to pricing.
Oh.
So that will come in the next chapter.
Okay.
I think we anticipating about 2 weeks until completion.
Okay.
And you know me, right? If the house is ready to go on the market, I'm already marketing it 2 weeks, 3 weeks prior to that.
So this is for sale or is it for lease?
This is going to be for sale.
Okay, so you're not putting on the landlord hat as well.
No.
Okay.
I am done with that chapter and I'm ready to move on. And is this something that I think is, I've been praying that, give me some kind of sign and signals. And again, I still don't know what's, come my way yet, but I'm getting there. I'm just getting there.
Right on. Yeah. And so now, are you actually working with all the trades and overseeing every little bit of it, or?
No, my partner is actually overseeing the construction side of it.
There you go.
I am just there, saying this has to go here. I'm picking out the color palettes.
Okay, so you're basically doing the aesthetic part as far as color. Oh, I like that. Okay.
So I'm very excited to see everything coming together. Yeah.
And so 2 weeks. Okay.
In 2 weeks.
Cool. So then.
So you have a job in 2 weeks. Put me on the calendar for the marketing, photographer, and video.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so one of the things that this is a perfect segue back into what we'd been doing about the branding and whatnot, where you've got all that footage now, and then having the conversational stuff that we're doing here, and we'll blend those two. And then that can become another mix of that then tells the story when it's time to do the listing.
Yeah.
And so, and my overarching philosophy with all this stuff is, well, obviously you'll have this listing because it's your property, but this will also come in handy in a listing presentation that doesn't involve your property. The idea being that, like, okay, you've already got listing X that you're at right now. Let's use this to get the next one.
Yeah.
And so that this becomes like the perfect storytelling engine for, and bring in folks to talk about, or bring folks on camera to talk about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think you've met Donna and Terry, so my Sotheby's folks. So they had new windows put in, and so she texts me like randomly, and she's like, "Oh my God, they're putting in the windows or whatever, blah blah blah." And they just got back from a cruise, and I'm like, "Wait, they're there right now?" Right. She's like, "Oh my God, yes, Jesus, they got everything torn out, and it's like you could walk in the front of that." And I'm like, "I'm on my way," because it's like. That is, so they live in Lakeside on Preston, and so it's like it's an unbelievable house.
Right.
It's probably like a $3 million house or whatever. But it's like you rarely, if ever, see a super decked out luxury listing. It's not a list, but like a luxury home. Just ripped to shit. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, this is what's involved, and this is why. And so then I get in, like, Dawn as a character. It's like. I love her to death, but it's like she's also now she trusts me where I can just wind her up.
Yeah.
So she's interviewing the window guys, and like she's just.
But that is something that most of us would kind of don't pay attention. But
and
that's
like,
the things that people want to know.
Oh my God,
behind the scenes, right?
Yes.
It's like, I want to see a pretty house, a luxury home, but how did you get from point A to point B?
Well, and it's sort of like the extreme example of, if you're trying to be a top shelf realtor or whatever, and you live in like an efficiency apartment, that's probably not, it's not exactly on brand.
No.
But if you actually live in that world, and you are going through something that is quantifiably a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Where, okay, they've got there's the stone front of the house and the windows are torn and they had wood rot. And so it's like, that's the kind of stuff that most luxury agents are going to tiptoe around. They're not going to, it's like, and especially the idea of, it's my house, So the idea that, okay, this happens to everybody and it looked like $1 million on the outside, but there was like little bits of wood rot or whatever. And you don't know that until it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But when they're getting it put in, it becomes a story that basically becomes an example of they live in the world that they're actually purporting to buy and sell.
Yeah.
And so it was, and like I said, I ran over there immediately with the camera and it's like she's interviewing the guys and then they're all like, what the hell is going on here? And then like they'd take a smoke break and boom, we're up on them but the best part is this is the and you're right in line with this where it's like I have like the willing participant where I said, oh my God, take footage of everything. And so she literally got in the back of their truck. And it's the giant, 30 foot, 10 foot by whatever trailer.
Right.
And so it's like it's got all the stuff in there, and then I got footage of her standing by the giant pile of torn out frames. And again, see a luxury agent in that universe talking about like, well, this is what we're doing, this is how much it costs, this is our house, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. It's like, okay, well that will go light years beyond what most people would get if they were just saying like, hey, sometimes you have to replace your windows.
That's very true.
Okay, well that may be often true for everybody, but it's like here it is whenever we went through the teeth pulling of having the front of our house torn to shreds and windows put in and then her interviewing the guys was just priceless. Yeah. But this is what you're doing. And so now
that's exactly what I'm doing.
What part of town is that in?
It's in McKinney.
Okay.
Yeah, but Frisco ISD. Ooh. So yeah. So
interesting. Okay.
Very, very interesting. We lived there for less than 2 years before we actually moved away. And I think the reason so there's a story behind everything.
Here we
right?
go.
So I think about a year and a half ago, I wanted to sell the home. I put it on the market. I got one offer, but it was below my expectation. And that's when I was very new into the real estate. I just got my license, and the things that I didn't know then, and just like anything, just like anybody else, you think your house is the best on the block. And I got that hit hard. Okay. So again, that's my personal
It's like somebody telling you like your baby's ugly.
Exactly. And, we all think our kids are, oh gosh, so talented, so gifted, right? And until somebody come really, okay, take a deep look at it. So I've learned so much. That's why, the renovation is the one side of the story, but really it's just the pricing strategy, the marketing strategy that I'm putting behind all of this.
Now I get it when you said like, oh no, the real, because it's like at first you're like, what? The real reason I'm doing this is that so I can, essentially justify my pricing strategy later down the line.
Later down the line.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. We're like here. So like now my next thing would be like, okay, now are you one of the folks that has like your phone is full and there's stuff everywhere, or do you save any of it or do you delete it?
No, my phone is actually. I have 20,000 videos on my phone, guys. Do you want me to tell you how many pictures I have on it?
Oh, my Lord.
You're not going to want to know, but it's okay. Yeah, video 20,000. I have 13,000 selfies of me, so don't laugh. I said no. But 27,000 other photos. But no, I do have a lot.
The reason that I asked that was not to hear your outrageous selfie count, but was to now your homework will be go back and find footage of that house when you lived there.
Okay.
Because now that can be split and edited into not only the content from then and you now telling the story, but also with the behind the scenes of the construction now. And then the capper will be, you come back, we'll tell the story once it's done and it's listed. Now that becomes part of the list, or not the listing presentation, but like you're going to give yourself a list. Although that would be fun to film. It's like we'll do like a
No,
Look
but
at that.
actually,
you see how that like there you go, boom, creative lightning right there.
Yeah, but I actually have my partner. So what we're gonna do is again, right? I don't want to say that my kids is the prettiest one or my house is the best on the block. So what we're gonna do and what I will do with all of my clients when it comes to list a home is that I actually have, and I did that on the last listing. Is actually I have my seller walk all the home that is comparable to their home.
Oh.
Yeah, so that when we come back, we do a pricing strategy. So it's not like I'm pulling out shit from my
yes.
real home.
Yeah. Well,
this is all the data.
And everybody that lists their house always says it. Well, like, so and so around the corner sold theirs for, some astronomical price that would not even compare to where they're at.
Yeah.
But they've never been in that house. You know what I mean? And they don't know. Of course, they don't know.
But you have to be careful
comps.
too, because the market is shifting every day.
Yes.
You gotta make adjustments. So the sold data is just a reference. It doesn't mean that, because now the buyers doesn't have that record to look at that no more. It's done. It's done. So it doesn't mean that you can sell for the same price. So you gotta have to be really
and
careful.
it's never apples to apples.
No,
never.
No, it's never. Yeah.
But I love this now. So so let's get you and your partner in. So you can do the listing presentation.
So I'm gonna have him walk the other competition in the neighborhood.
There you go.
I say,
love it.
Tell me what you think, because if this is your house and you're gonna put it on the market, well, how does it compare to the other one? Because you gotta know.
Yes.
Because that's how buyers.
Well, and now
we have to put ourselves in the buyer's shoes.
Well, now you've helped me come up with an idea for your future listing presentation where we document this whole thing.
Yeah.
We lived there. I listed it.
Couldn't sell it.
It shit the bed. Then it's like I learned okay, maybe it wasn't what I thought it was. So then I learned how to find out what it really is versus what I thought it was versus what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Then it's like, best case or highest and best would be renovation. Okay, so now I'm going to learn that. And so then you document, here's what it looked like, here's what happened and what we did, and here's what it is now, and do essentially the good, better, best, and then you look at what I wanted to list it for before and couldn't versus where it's at now.
Yeah, where it's at now. I'm planning to tell that story, but I'm such a risk taker because throughout the whole thing it is my idea, because I could have not done anything, right?
Oh yeah, doing nothing is always an option.
Yeah, doing nothing is always an option. And I was saying, you know what? If I'm gonna do anything, this is the opportunity, and I understand why I couldn't sell it back then, because I'm not religious, but God wanted me to go through all the process. Now I know why things happened the way it happened.
Well, and that's the perfect. Again, it doesn't ever need to be something supernatural.
Yeah.
You can always look back and go retroactively, like, oh, I'm really glad that I didn't quit or didn't go like, oh yeah, shitty lowball offer, whatever, let's go get it done. Because that's actually human nature.
It is human nature. Yeah.
It is to just pull the plug and be like, I'd rather be done with it. And it's like, I tend to do that. But.
So I made all the mistakes that a human being can make.
Yes.
I did it all.
And hey, look at you owning up to it live. And I'm excited to see what comes out on the other side.
I'm excited too. I'm really excited.
Yes. And so now you got to send me a bunch of footage.
Yeah.
And we will recap that. We'll do a check-in next week to see where you're at on the progress, and then once it's done, we'll do the full blown production.
Yeah. So I will have crews coming out.
It's blowing me up.
And then I'm really excited.
Awesome. Anything else?
And then I have another appointment later tonight to walk a property, and it's potentially a lease.
Okay.
But again, people are reaching out, so looks like I've done something right.
Check that out. On that note, keep doing it. Awesome.
Yep.
That's that.